Skyrim modding's in an interesting place right now. The last update to Skyrim Special Edition script extender did say that it was going to come out in mid of March. We found that out at the end of December, but since then there really hasn't been any news as to the situation. Well, now we are past the middle of March, so it's a little bit uncertain as to when it is actually coming. For that reason, I believe a lot of people are waiting on their mods. A lot of people are waiting for Skyrim script extender to make the full jump over to Skyrim Special Edition, and for that reason I feel like modding in Skyrim has slowed down a little bit. Regardless, with that being said, I am back with another episode of upcoming mods for Skyrim Special Edition. This is a series where I show you guys some work in progress mods by some different mod authors in the community right now. I anticipate that things are going to explode the day after Skyrim Special Edition script extender does come out because, again, I think a lot of people are waiting for that. So if you have felt down about Skyrim modding, don't get too down. A huge catalyst is coming, and hopefully coming not that far from now. With that being said, if you guys do enjoy the content, I encourage you to consider subscribing, but with that, we'll just jump right into it. So up first, we do have Growled the Ice Troll. This is part of a larger mod known as the Blood Moon Creature Restoration Project, basically trying to add in a number of different creatures that did appear in the Elder Scrolls Blood Moon. Growled the Ice Troll is one of those creatures, as well as the mod author does say he is planning on adding a few others from that game. The main idea behind this mod is to really take the inspiration from the older Elder Scrolls game and recreate them in the modern engine of the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. As you can see by these screenshots, this one is coming along quite nicely. I really like the ideology behind this, although I personally never played too many of the Elder Scrolls games. I know a lot of people in the community have. This is a very old and far-reaching franchise, and I imagine a lot of people seeing some of their old heroes or creatures that they did battle against is going to be very cool, have a little nostalgia trip, and of course, having new creatures and enemies in Skyrim is always cool. There's so many different armor and weapon mods that it's always nice to have something new to fight against. So we have another update to Ysgramor Reload. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Regardless, what Ysgramor is, or rather who he is an NPC in Skyrim with a very notable backstory. Put simply, he led an army of men, and right now in Skyrim he has a very boring armor, not something that is true to the status and title that he does hold. So this new work in progress mod by Newermind43 does aim to create a new armor for him, and more or less something that's more up to his stature. As you can see by this screenshot, it is coming along very nicely. The armor itself is very high quality. Newermind43 has made a ton of armor mods for Skyrim, as well as a bunch of power armor mods for Fallout 4. He's pretty well known in the community, and I know a lot of people get behind anything this guy does make, so I'm excited to see him addressing what was otherwise a bit of an issue in Skyrim. So we do have a small Druidic shack. This is a new mod by a mod author named XJURR, or I guess XJUR if I was to pronounce that as one word. It does not seem like he has released any mods in the past, although he does say he's made a few housing mods for his own characters. He just never released those because he didn't feel like the quality was quite there. Regardless, now he is back with a new home. This time he is creating one for a Druid character. As you can see by these screenshots, I personally think it looks very nice. He also does mention a few of the features this is going to have. It'll have a full storage system with assignments for all your major accessories and items. On top of that, one of the windows is going to have a day-night cycle, so basically if it's daytime out there, it'll shine through the window, and if it's nighttime, it won't shine through the window. And then finally, a toggleable fireplace, which I think is actually pretty cool. I think that'll create a nice ambiance at nighttime, especially for people that are really into role-playing. All around, it is looking very high quality so far. This is one that I'm personally very excited for. I really do enjoy some of the housing mods out there, especially ones that have a lot of detail, such as this one. So we do have Potion Bottles by Crazy Lion. This is a mod author that has released a number of retextures for various objects throughout Skyrim and Skyrim Special Edition. One of his most recent ones was wooden doors. I talked about mods like this in the past, and I feel like this one, more so than some of the others, is going to be very relevant to many people's save games. These little standalone retextures I think are really cool because after you have a few of them installed, your game really starts to look noticeably better, especially in the case of potions. How often do you go through different shops or houses and just see potions lying around? I feel like you always are encountering them, so a retexture and an upgrade in my eyes to them is something that, although very simple, you'll probably start to notice pretty often after installing this mod. All around, this definitely is looking like a cool one. I personally really like the look of the potions. It might not be for everyone, but hey, then you don't have to download it. So last but not least, we have a remake of the Ice Blade of the Monarch. This is by a mod author named Frank Family. He has a bunch of releases called artifacts, I guess. Perhaps you could call it a series of mods. More or less what these are weapons or armors from previous Elder Scrolls games that he is now introducing into Skyrim. This is a very cool concept. I talked a little bit about it earlier in this video. Regardless, the Ice Blade of the Monarch is a weapon that did appear in the Elder Scrolls Morrowind. The mod right now for Skyrim is very high quality, featuring a lore-friendly quest to actually get the weapon. Regardless, he is he's now going back and redoing the weapon, making it a bit higher quality. And from the short description he does give, it seems like he wants to add in a lot more finer details to the weapon, which I think is really cool. He is then going to port it over to Skyrim Special Edition and re-release it for Uldrim. That's pretty much going to wrap it up for this episode of Skyrim Special Edition. Upcoming mods, let me know in the comments down below which of these was your favorite mod. Personally, I really like the Ice Blade of the Monarch. I think the weapon looks very cool, and I really like the idea of just having finer details on different weapons in Skyrim. I think that really makes it stand out from some of the vanilla options you do have. As always, again, I do thank you guys for watching. I do hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you all next time. Later.